Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP, and I'm here today to do some fancy, decorative, fun envelopes for mailing out um, swaps and just plain everything. I like to decorate envelopes because when I'm sending off any of my floral cards, I think it just gives it a little bit of a boost. Or if I'm doing a swap, I just really like to have something else to brighten people's day. And the reason that I use paint for decorating the envelopes is because I have heard that if a little sticker or a stamp or something comes off when it's going through the machinery at the post office, it can really create a jam and make a mess of a machine. And I think the post office is so slow these days that I don't want to be the cause of any additional holdups. So when I did my live, when I was talking, did the color combination challenge of the turquoise and dark purple, I mentioned about decorative envelopes, and of course I couldn't find them then. I just came across these two that I'd actually done a bit of a stencil on, a painted stencil. So I get envelopes at the dollar store or the thrift store. I buy them in bulk. But this is the kind of thing I like to do on my envelopes. I use a variety of stamps and some brayer offs. And usually I work on the envelopes when I am doing gel printing, or usually gel printing, because you can see I dry my stamps off on the envelopes. You also have to remember to leave space for them so that when you address them, there's enough room for the address and things. And usually I do both front and backs. So I thought that since I had mentioned them and I said that we would look at them, I figured I would do some today with you. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, a chair, and just have a seat and let's do some playing. I hope everybody's well. I've got neighbors who are sick with that flu, bronchitis thing that's going around, and that's never any fun. I've been there, had that, don't want it again. But yeah, I hope everybody's having fun crafting and enjoying this warmer weather, even though it is cloudy. It's quite nice out. I think it's like minus 13 out today, which isn't bad for a Manitoba January. Okay, so as I said, we're going to decorate these envelopes. These are pre-purchased envelopes. They're great for putting in journals, using to mail things in, of course. Sometimes when you get them, they're kind of stuck down already, but that's okay. Then we just use them in the journals. So I'm just going to use a variety of craft paint. I've got Folk Art, Craft Smart, Americana, probably Ceramcoat, Delta Ceramcoat, just a variety of different colors. I also have a Deco Art Metallic Green, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous metallic green. And I also have a Liquitex Gold. It's a Liquitex Basics, and I have had this forever because I'm not overly fond of gold, but we will use that today. It does look quite stunning on the envelopes. So I've got my little gel plates today, and I have this Folgers coffee liner. I use that as my palette. I pulled out some of the wooden stamps that Ron has made me, so we'll use some of these. I also have that handy dandy shelf liner that I talked about on my last live. I either use it to stencil through or I get the print mucky and I use that. I also have a silicone trivet because it looks It's got the honeycomb texture, works great on the gel plate. So it could either use the gel plate to print or use this as a stamp off kind of thing. I pulled out some more of the linoleum cuts that I have done and play with. So we can use those. We'll paint them up and stamp them down on the paper for different textures. And then, of course, I pulled out a few of the stencils that I've got. This one is a purchase stencil. I got it at Dollarama in a group of stencils. I've got some hearts that I'd cut out. There's that word again. Hey, Paula, nice to see you. Oh, no, you've got a cold? That's not fun. Well, I hope that we can have some laughs like we did the other day. Cardstock, there's the word cardstock. Some circles. I had cut these as, I didn't know if I wanted to use these as stencils or this is just cut out of a really thin cardstock, or as I wanted to use it as texture on something, like on a, I don't know what. Basically, I'm doing ATCs, twinchies, inchies. I cut out a lattice kind of thing. That works really nice as a stencil. I've got circles. Oh, am I echoing? Oh, let's move this over here. Is that any better? Hello? Am I still echoing? I haven't changed anything from the last time I videoed. And there's lattice that I've already used as a stencil. This is like the little one, but much bigger. Hi, Anne. Oh, I'm glad you don't have an echo. I'm just kind of going through the stencils that I've cut that I like to use as decoration. I'm not sure I want to put fish skeletons on or not. They're really fun on ATCs and stuff, though. Oh, I would love to come have a cookie. What kind of a cookie? As long as it's not peanut butter. Yeah, I was doing a couple of cat junk journals or cat journals, and so I wanted something as a continuation kind of thing to go throughout the pages, something to kind of keep it together. And so I found all these fish silhouettes, and so I just put them and used them in the Cricut, and they make wonderful goofy looking stencils. And the cutouts I actually glued down on the pages. You're also on fish? All right. Chocolate chip and oatmeal. Oh. Okay, I'll be over in, how long does it take to get where you are from Manitoba? And then I've got just other things that I cut out. As I say, I just like using cardstock. I need a big sign that says cardstock, and I'm going to put it on the side of my computer so I remember. Because as I say, I really don't like having the same stencil all the time. I think I would get bored with it because I don't really do anything with my prints aside from backgrounds for the cards. I use it for the flowers. I use it for the leaves, vases, but I don't have a big print of things. All right, so I've got my 3 little gel plates. I've got the envelopes. I've got some paint, and let's just see what we can come up with. I started with the purple on those ones, so let's put some pink down. Oh, but it's warm where you are. Yeah, it would be a couple of days. Okay, I'm shaking up this. It's called Royal Fuchsia. These paints, some of them are pretty stinking old and very dry. Oh, yeah. Crunches when you squeeze. Did you hear that? I don't know why you can't copy the link to share. So I've got the paint down just a little squiggy, and I'm just going to sprayer it because I don't want really, really thick paint. And I'm going to put it on my really, really dirty little gel plates. And then instead of brayering off on paper, as I was doing the other day, I'm just going to brayer off on a couple of places on the envelopes. No, there's not much to brayer off. It's all on the... Okay, we get little bits of a smidge of pink. That's okay. So on these, I think I'll just do some of this stamp. Do I have enough paint that it will come off? Nope. But this is kind of what I do, is I do a bit on the gel plates, and then I stamp it off or pick it up, use the roller. So, of course, the envelope opens this way. So this would be the stamp. Return address. I need a big piece in the middle for the address. So I'll just go partially on the gel plate. Too dry. Oh no. What not to do when you're taping, right? We'll go down here. See if I can pick this one up. Can I post without link? Yeah, tell them there's cookies. That's cool. Oh, found it. Oh, thanks. Okay, let's see. Will that pull? Nope. I need another color on top of that. I let it dry too long. Oh, this isn't even opened. So what's new aside from your cold? Nobody has anything new? Cookies are new. I don't really bake much anymore. I'm trying to watch my sugars. So when I do Christmas cookies, now what I do, that's a folk art pigment, yellow paint, chocolate muffins, nice. I just make the dough and I freeze it. And I give them, I shape it into cookies and freeze it and give them bags of cookies. They just have to pop on a piece of parchment or whatever. Oh, that came off a bit nicer. Okay, let's pull this before it gets too dry. All right. On the purple yellow sofa, I had one of those. Okay. So I've got an interesting circle-ish. And the square one, what I'm going to do is I want to put, I think I need a bit more room. We'll do 3 corners with this one. Can you see? Well, that's not really a corner, but get out of there. I'll have to put more paint on that one. I had a purple couch. I have a burgundy one now. Okay, it just leaves little bits, but that still creates an awful lot of interest. All right. I have no problem with little bits like this. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take left, middle, or right. No one? Anyone? Okay, I'm going to take the middle one. And I'm going to use a green. Bring this back. Put some green down. And I've noticed with these, I really have to brush it on because it needs to, for some reason, it doesn't just pick up with the gel plate unless there's an awful lot of paint on it. So then I'm just going to take this and can you see what I'm doing? I'm just going to take that and just do a line down. Just interest. That's what we're going for. Just something to liven up the plain Jane envelopes. Let's see. Let's put you across here first. Didn't leave myself much working room, but that's nothing new. Let's go across the bottom on this one. Oh, can't see. Move up, move up, move up. Paint branch, paint a lamp branch. We'll go across here. Oh, depends on the color combo. Well, we're not doing any color combos today. I let that dry too much. Got carried away. So if you've done any swaps with me, you know that I send my swap stuff out in these kinds of envelopes. Let's do that with some orange now. This is just, oh, it's bright red. It's not orange. Those sticks, we did the flooring upstairs. I talked about it in my last video. Ron just redid the flooring upstairs and we had a whole bunch of pieces left. So I got him to cut me a bunch of sticks and I've just been carving them randomly off and on. So I use them like stamps. Yeah, and I can understand that. I always want to send more than and from Canada, I don't know about you, but the price of our postage right now is just silly, blah, 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 crazy. There we go. I didn't rinse my brush. And this envelope, and let's go from the bottom up over here. Thanks. I've done a whole bunch and I've got lots more to go. Okay, so that came out as brown because I didn't rinse my brush. That's okay. I'll just keep adding some orange and maybe it'll pick up. Let's see if I can put it across this. And then we'll go and pick those up again after. Yeah, more is more, definitely. My thing is, am I sending them my junk? You know, like I'm always really leery about the junk I'm sending to somebody else. And I know that they say that, you know, one person's junk is another's treasure, but I'm pretty frugal. And if I consider it junk, then I think it definitely is junk. Okay, we're still coming out brown. Okay, let's rinse that because I've got enough brown. This is just a clear plastic cup I use for rinsing my paint. The reason it looks the way it does is because I was doing paint pouring for a while, and it kind of stuck to the cup. They said, "Oh, it will peel off." No, it didn't peel off. And do I have a cloth or something to rub it on? Do. Okay, we'll just use the brown paper. That works. Okay, maybe now we can get orange. Let's try a different stick. How about one that looks like rocks? And for doing this, actually, the wetter the paint, the better. Hi, Judy. Welcome to my channel. Oh, nice. I need somebody to come and clean my craft room. Okay, so that's smeared. That's okay, though. It's just an envelope, and it's going in the mail. See if I can get a secondary. And so I just keep going until I've got some sort of happy mess. And oh, did you have that flu that's going around, Judy? I've been playing in my craft area all day, I have to admit. Oh, you had COVID. Was it really bad for you? Oh, I get that kind of feeling too, though, Paula, and I've got lots of crafty people around. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it was rough on you. Let's do some of this. So I just generally get the paint on nice, and then I take the envelope and do this. Rub it. I'm all about the texture. Did you have somebody to help with cooking and stuff for you, Judy? You aren't home alone doing it? My granddaughter had moved to work in a hotel in a tourist area, her and her fiance. And she came down with COVID, and he broke off the engagement and just left her there all by herself with COVID. Oh, that's good. That's really nice that everybody helped you out. So this silicone mat with the hexagons on it leaves a really nice bit. So this is that shelf lining I mentioned last time. You get a big roll of it at the dollar store. So I use it either of two ways. I'll put it down in the corner or put it down on the paper and treat it like a stencil. So I have a pretty thick brush here, and you don't want it too wet, just like if you're doing a stencil. And you just pounce. And then this wet part that you did, you can take it and use it as a stamp. Yummy crafty goodies. Um, I've got gel plates that are really dry right now. And this didn't stamp well, but it still gives the texture and it's fun. Oh, and yeah, it was really, really rough. When she was feeling better, she did come home for a while, but she's back and she's doing good and she's happy, and that's really all we can ask for. So it's just like you're just playing and you're just doing random. And I know you guys all know how to do this because I've seen your stuff. Stuff is awesome. I have so much stuff, my goodness. I just want a few little dots on that. And this is how I do my fancy, fun envelopes that I send out. I really like the dots. I have to admit, I like dots. Okay, no, don't put that in your tea. How many people put their paintbrushes in their tea? Pick me, pick me. That's a better imprint of it. Oh, okay. It definitely prefers going on wetter than if you have used it prior. But that's okay. Hi, Julie. Oh, thank you. I'm just decorating envelopes. When I do swaps and things, I like to send my stuff out in decorated envelopes. And so I'm just doing up a bunch of envelopes today. And I'm just using random things and paint. Let's see if I can. Oh, you know what? Let's move the tea. Let's move the tea someplace else. We'll put it on this side of the desk. All right. I'm going to rinse my brush. I do have parchment paper. That's the one I was using the other day. Maybe it is waxed paper looking at it. It is. It is waxed paper. Yeah. And then, of course, I've got my table covered in the brown paper because I like having the yucky brown paper that I wipe everything off on for doing my little houses. I don't know if I showed you, or you've probably seen the little houses I do in journals. So that's just on my drop paper, and I just put a gel print for the roof, some windows, doors, but it's just grungy brown background paper. Oh, Judy Pops. That's cool. Oh, Judy Oops. Sorry. Glasses. Nice. That's like, I live in Canada, so when I make all my little bits and pieces, like I'll make a whole batch of different flowers. I have a whole bin full of little fish I've done, and I call them Kimbits because I'm not sure if you're familiar with the coffee chain Tim Hortons, but they cook up the donut holes and they call them Timbits because they're just one little bite of stuff. So I call them Kimbits. Thanks, Judy. Julie, it was great that you popped in. Have a good day at work. I have licked my paintbrush. Yeah, pouches too. Anyway, I have a really hard time throwing out the tiniest scraps. Um, I'm right now working on a journal for a. I was asked to do a journal for. It's for a fundraiser, and they want it for I Love to Read Month. So I've been making all these little books to stack up on the page corners and cards, and these are scraps that I keep. So I have an issue. I have a real problem with the size of scraps I throw out, much to everyone's dismay. My kids are always going, Mom, you really need to clean up. And it's like, no, I really don't need to clean up. But thanks for asking. Okay, let's try something different. Let's try this metallic green. And let's try and pull this gel plate here. Yeah, I've been having fun with these. Yeah, Tim Horton donuts are lovely. Okay. So we're not going to let this dry, and we're not going to roll it on too thin. I am going to roll that off on there. These ones, do a back. Remember, this is the metallic green. This is just how I do it. All right, I think we're clean. All right. So before this paint dries too much, let's get some envelopes down here. You're dry, but we'll move you. No. Yeah, the little plates take a lot of getting used to. I don't do like big prints with them because they just don't. I use them more like stamps and for things like this. Well, that turned into a mucky mess. Well, it's got some of the pattern in there. And this one too. And it's got artifacts from previous pull. I'll just let that kind of dry a bit. Let's see if we can pull this one. What should we pull it with? Thoughts, ideas. We've got that Ucky Brown. Supposed to be orange. How about that orange? Should we pull it with orange? Yeah, prints from the little plates. I use them on ATCs, or I will make little folded envelopes and pouches out of them. Either that or I use them for hearts. I love decorative hearts. Let's try this orange. That might be thick. I put my brayer down here. All right. All right. All right. Let's use some of this. So yeah, as I play with other things, I like to have a bunch of envelopes or something that I can just use this stuff up on. Let's do half of that on the back here. And let's do this on the front there. I like mini art, yeah. I bought these little gel plates first because I didn't know if I would really enjoy gel printing. What I had been using before is I had seen a lady on YouTube and she took some of that white stiff packing foam and she put it in a plastic bag and used that as a gel plate. So I did that for a very long time. And then I thought, let's see if I really like to gel plate. So that's an interesting bit. I think I'll put some bright yellow on top of that, though. Give it a bit of a punch, maybe. That didn't come up too clean, but still interesting. Let's try this with this blue. Rare. Wow. I must have watered that down for some reason. It must have been pretty empty. Because no, I think I let it. It's too thin. Let's put more on. Oh, nice, Judy. I actually had somebody buy just a stack of envelopes because they thought that they were so cute. But they were just like the regular sized envelopes. Oh, better. I'd left that way too. I let it get. I didn't shake it enough. Oh, let's do this. Let's see if I can take a print. There we go. That worked nice. Good. I mean, it's so much fun, having all these bits that you can play with. All right, now I have quite a wet plate there. Let's do this corner. And this corner. And this bottom. Let's see what we get. Awesome. I'll have to keep that in mind. The thing is I'm so new at doing them. When I went to do my last live, I actually lost my camera somewhere in my computer. So I had this live scheduled and I posted about it, and then I couldn't find my camera when I went back. So I had to change the time. And yeah, I don't know exactly how to post when I'm going live. I mean, on my own group, what I did was I just posted going live in 5. I don't have a specific time though, Paula. I just fly by the seat of my pants. It's video by, like, I don't know. That picked up a lot of the grunge. It's got a little bit of the texture from the stamp. And out of them all, that's the nicest one. But that's okay. Seriously, I'm just giving, fun ideas to do and play. Let's use this. Let's just brush some paint on and do some stamping with that. How about the purple? Should we do some purple? Hi, Kellyanne. Welcome to my channel. I am just making some painted envelopes. I like doing a lot of swaps and kinds of things. So I like to send things out in decorated envelopes. So we're just playing with that today. It's a new stream, Kellyanne. I'm just learning how to do this. Thank you, Paula. See, I don't even know how to make mods. Remember the last chat we had somebody with their organ or something? I can't even remember. He was there and then he was gone. And I just kind of laughed. I think I want... Let's do some of these. What do you think? Which one? Well, the round one, the middle one, or the end one? Oh, thank you, Judy. This end one? Okay, we'll do this end one. And we'll grab the brush. And I'm doing purple. These are wooden blocks that my husband has cut for me so that I can do things like this. Thanks. Yeah, my hubby's awesome. He really does support everything I do with this. I'm so pleased that I've got one that is so supportive. There, now they're starting to look like my envelopes. And again, I'm not too worried about how thick the paint is or anything. I just need it to not be white or as white. Okay, should we do some other color? I'll take this one and do that blue. We've got lots of that blue. How about, let's go grab another, let's do that gold, right? Or the metallic green. Let's do the metallic green. Yeah, I had a great program on my old computer for doing videos, and I can't get it for this computer, so I have no idea how to do process videos and then upload them with this computer. So I totally get that. Do any of you watch Louisa Hensel? She has a video on how to up your scraps, make them beautiful. And she keeps her paint water and she uses it for spattering her scraps. And then she makes collages out of her scraps. So I started doing the same thing. I keep my yucky paint water and I use it like a coffee dye, you just kind of pour it on and mix it up. And it's really a wonderful thing to do with scraps. Oh, Kellyanne, that's not good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay, so I put the metallic green on. Let's do some. My brush was a bit wet. That one's pretty full. I need some backs. The backs. Oh no, I'm not doing gold. Hey, Devin, how you doing? I used the metallic green. I just couldn't do the gold. I'm just doing some decorative envelopes. In my last live, I talked about when I gel print or whatever, I use leftover paints to do envelopes. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. So let's put this one down and this one down and this one down. I think this needs some more solid on it. This is the front of this envelope. I might add just a little bit of yellow for perk or a bright orange. Maybe I'll use this red that's on the other side, even though it looks orange. Yeah, I okay, I promise. Next one. Oh, Paula, I really hope you're feeling better soon. we'll do this one. And we'll go like this. And, oh, this one hasn't been used really at all. The whole back is clear. Okay, next we'll rinse the brush. See, look, rinsing brush. And I will do the gold. I will do the gold. And we'll do it with something little so that it looks delicate and dainty. Oh, that's very wet. Look, I'm covered in paint. Surprise! How about... Nope. I think I want to use more of a stamp than... We'll go back to this. Or... I wonder... Devin, have you used paint on your texture plates? Hi, Sarah. Welcome. How you doing, Sarah? Nice to see you, hon. Sarah and I have known each other for quite a few years. We've actually had play dates over the computer doing some crafting and stuff. We've gone to craft shows together when she lived in Manitoba. Oh, it's so good to see you. No, like the texture plates that I was doing my brayer offs on, have you put paint on them and used them? Would you put paint on them and use them? Because I know a lot of times I will use my embossing folders. You have, Anne? Okay, let's do it. Let's put some gold on something very pretty. This one? Or this one? Right or left? Right? All right. Decorating envelopes, Sarah. You know me. It's still long enough. It gets painted. And I promised I would use gold. We all know how much I love that. Well, Sarah and I have known each other in real life, not just on the computer. She used to be my boss. Ugh. Gold. Just for you, Paula. Just for you. Okay. We're going to do this. See, look how old it is. It's like glue. I don't know. It seems to want to go into the cracks more than stay on top. Well, we will never learn younger. Maybe my brush was too wet. Thoughts? Okay, let's try it. Oh, that would be nice in something other than gold. Oh, that could work really good too. Okay, we'll use this one. I'm only using the brush because that's what's in my hand. Pick it up, don't litter. Let's put it on here. Oh, look at the jelly plate. Look how pretty that is. Ooh. Ah. Okay, that's really nice and light and delicate. I like it. Let's pick up this jelly plate. Ah, don't smudge. Sarah has been making some wonderful gnomes. Yeah, Kellyanne, me too. I love silver. A little bit of texture. No, I think I probably should have pulled that with some tissue or something first because it was pretty wet. But still, it adds interest, right? We do love the interest. And there was still some of that on there. Should have used a different color. I'll put this back. Sarah does needle felting and sewing and quilting and knitting and crocheting. And she is a wonderful medium. Are you still doing readings, Sarah? Again, very nice and delicate, which is fine because it's gold. On Thursday evenings, still, occasionally. Be nice to my friend, lady. You will when you're ready. It just might not be the right time, right? Devin, remember when I was messaging you, I said I had a friend with 4 Cornish Rex cats. That would be Sarah. Oh, thanks, Kellyanne. That's awesome. Just a heads up, I don't have a set schedule for when I stream. I just kind of take a look, see, and go, yeah. Wow, Devin, lots of these have gold on them. I'm gonna send them all to you. Okay, let's do something else. I've got these stencils. I think those ones are too big. Got these cute little flower ones and this lovely, I'm not sure what it is. Okay, let's do some stenciling. Look at the artifacts on that. I don't know if try putting it on the camera. Let's put something of color behind it so people can actually see. Oh, that's not going to help. I've got stuff. Let's put it on this bright pink. And it still has like artifacts on it, and it still has the pattern in them. So that's going to make an interesting pull eventually. As I said, okay, let's use some of these and just do. Yeah, Kellyanne, that's kind of what I'm doing. Yeah, Kellyanne, put your link to your channel in here so that I can sub you too. Hi, Maxine, welcome. No pink? I never used to like pink, but I have kind of succumbed, and now I will use pink. I will use lots of things. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, people. That's awesome. I appreciate that. How about let's do that original green that I started with, and we'll do a little bit of stencils. Oh, let's put that in the water. Yeah, I never liked pink. Blue was always my favorite color, but for some reason now I'll do pink. I'm not quite as fussy about it. Let's do some of these. Some of those. Stiff brush. You know what? I think maybe actually I want a piece of sponge. Oh, you're off, Sarah? Love you. Yes, we need a play date very soon. Take care. And of course, if you want to get really fancy, you can always go in and doodle on top of them, use stamps. I have a tendency to head towards paint more than other things. I'm thinking maybe with the gold, maybe I think that it looks more official or much higher class than I perceive myself to be. If you understand what I'm getting at. Oh, greens, yeah. My mom loved green. She said green was her favorite favorite no matter what color it was. So the living room was green, the bedrooms were green. I'm that way with blue. Long time I was not a fan of green. I still have some of this metallic green here. Let's use some of that. Oh, Judy. Cricut vinyl. You can glue it down onto paper. I just learned that. So I have been saving my bits. Yeah, it's gold. And the reason it's gold is because I had to do that ugly Christmas sweater for the grandson. But it glues down to paper really, really well. So even though you've got the little bits, if you glue them onto paper, you can mosaic with them. I've used them, a bigger piece. I put it down on paper and then cut it out and used it. Yes, we are high class gals. We definitely, definitely are. I'm going to use some of this pink and the sponge, and I'm going to do some of these little flower things. Just a couple. Get another piece of sponge. I don't know if you could gel plate with any of it. I don't think I've tried putting paint on it. I haven't tried putting paint on it, actually. Well, I happen to have a piece right here. Let's see what happens if we put some paint on it. It's not glued down. Shiny side up. Okay, I sponged some paint on. I brushed some paint on. Yeah, it's gray because, you mix green and pink and you don't want to know. I'm thinking if you can use infusible inks on them, could you not? Take care, Devin. Thanks for popping in. And you're welcome. Okay. No, it wipes right off like powder because that was dry. Okay, we'll let that dry really well. Don't play with it. I am so impatient. I must play with everything. Hi, Colleen. Welcome. You're not late. I'm still playing. Oh, I've been at this an hour already. Oh, you ladies are patient. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll go for about another 10, 15 minutes and call it a day. I think you guys have seen enough of me stamping paint. I'm just making some decorative envelopes, Colleen. Little bit of gel printing, little bit of stenciling, little bit of stamping, all with paint. Am I still on camera? I noticed that the last time I did a video, I thought I was on camera and I wasn't. And let's put a couple of little flowers on here. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm just using pre-made envelopes and I'm decorating them with various bits and stencils, and I use kitchen, where did it go? It's over here. At our dollar store, we get rolls of this shelf lining stuff or drawer lining stuff, and I use that either as a stamp or I paint through it like a stencil. You know, you use what you've got kind of thing. And I don't think anybody was here at the very beginning when I was saying that I had heard that a sticker or something had come off in the mail on somebody's envelope and it buggered up the machine. And with how slow the mail is now, I don't want to be the cause of somebody not getting their check or whatever they need out of the mail. Oh, that's a good idea. But I always cover up my center of my table. How about if I just say this is this corner? This corner right here is the center, right? Let's get that out of the way. Oh, thanks, Paula. I hope you feel better when you wake up. Have a sweet dreams, hon. Were you taking the cookies out of the oven, Anne? Anne's baking chocolate chip cookies for us, ladies. Okay, so some of these are kind of blah looking. I just want to add some bright yellow to wake it up a little bit. So that's when you punch through, you get little dot things on that. And then with the very wet part of it, you can press it down and use it like a stamp. And it just makes it a little bit cheery. So I'm going to do the same thing down in this corner. Add some bright yellow. Which side was I using? That side. And then I will take the reverse and put it here. I love yellow too. So I've got both ways. Let's do some bright yellow. Where do we want to put bright yellow on here? Let's do a big blob. Yeah, cover up the gold. Paula's going to bed. I was off the camera, wasn't I? Okay, let's try some more bright yellow, but in a different pattern. I've covered up my water. Not a good thing. Let's not do that and spill it. I'm going to put that there now. Let's use this. This always gives a really nice texture. Brush is very wet. Oh. Again, these are wooden things that my husband has made for me to play with. I use them as stamps. That was really wet, but that's okay. It's just an envelope. And people throw envelopes out. Doesn't matter how pretty they are. Some more of those. He's made me a few different wooden stamps. The reason a lot of them are circular is because he has a lathe. So he'll turn them for me on the lathe. And then these ones he also does on the lathe, but he puts the chuck in at different centers, if you know what I mean. And then he moves it so I get these lovely overlaps. My envelopes are running away from me here. But I also use these on the gel plate for texture. Oop. I have a whole bunch he's done for me. Let's do the polka dots. We haven't done any polka dots today. Polka dots are my favorite. I think what I'll do, one, two, three, and one more. Let's go yellow. This does not have yellow. 4. And again, you know, it doesn't really matter if they're overlapping or not. Yeah, I love polka dots too. Oh, they're just nice and light. Because just a hint. Just a hint. My brush was too wet. The paint was... We'll do more. You can see how wet my brush was. It just kind of really smeared the paint. And of course, I used to teach kids art at the local community center. And so I've got lots of like kids brushes, not 100% high quality. So when I'm doing things like this, I don't mind scrubbing with them. If I was actually doing proper paint work, you know darn well I would be using a better brush. Cover up some yellow. I think part of the problem is I'm waiting too long, letting it dry. Oh, bye, Anne. Take care. Oh, hi, Mariah. Welcome to my channel. I'm just playing at making some fancy envelopes. When I do swaps, I like to send my stuff out in envelopes I've decorated on the gel plate using handmade stamps. I got texture plates for Christmas, so we tried those both on the gel plate and just putting paint on them and using them as a stamp. So my husband cuts me a whole bunch of wooden stamps to use, so I was just playing a little bit with that and doing some polka dots. Oh, thanks. It's just a bit of play, just keeping me out of trouble. You know, it's... And then I've got these ones. Let's use some of this again. And I've got them in different carving things that I have done. This one has some nice squares on it. And I think for this one, we're not going to use gold. No, no, no. How about a nice, really dark green? The wood stamps would be better if there was cushion underneath it. You're right. And quite often I do have a piece of fun foam underneath. It's the same as when you're using other stamps. But now that you mention it, I should have done it, and I didn't. But I can rectify that for these last couple for sure. Maybe. Just have to just see which drawer. There we go. There we go. Let's try it. See if that's going to help. Thank you for the reminder. Seriously, I sometimes just don't think of things. Oh, this paint is dead. I used to spend an awful lot of time painting, but I have not in the last while. So just slather on some paint. See if I can cover up some of that gold. Oh yeah, look at how nice that's stamped. You're right. It was a good call. I do think I am going to put it under the waxed paper though. I think this one I can call done. That one too can be called done. This one needs a little bit of something on the front. Okay, that's the top. Let's do it across the bottom here. Mariah was saying that a lot of times if I'm doing gel printing or whatever, I'll have these and I'll just have a stack of envelopes and just do them as I'm printing or whatever I happen to be doing. But somebody had asked at my last live, or I mentioned it at my last live, that I like to decorate the envelopes, and somebody asked with what, because I didn't have any with me. So was it you frozen, Colleen, or me? Okay, that's starting to get a bit dry. I think this needs a brighter color on it. What do you think? Some pink? Uh-oh. Lots of pink. Clean the brush. Awesome, Judy. Okay, that's really still kind of green. We'll just wipe it off on the paper. Covered in paint. Let's use these little rock things. Oh, way wet. That's okay. As I say, it's an envelope, and all it needs to be is better than plain white. Let's do it this way so that I'm not putting it in the wet paint. Doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to add interest. Those ones I said were done. This one's still wet. Oh, I could. Let's put just a little bit of pink down here. Not you what, Colleen? A little bit of pink, that's all it needs. Just a hint. I love stamps too. Just put some pink down here. And there. I'll call this one done as well. No, maybe just a little bit of pink over here, if there's any left. No. How about there? There we go. Call that one done. That needs to dry because I made a big mess. Let's try this one. Thanks. You too. All right. I have been at this for an hour and a half. I thank everybody for coming in and watching. And I'm going to sign off because I appreciate you being here for the length of time, but I'm sure you all have other things to do. So thanks. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and welcome to my channel. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thanks for being here, Judy. Thanks, Mariah. Take care.